Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
We sound like a choir band, right? Welcome to day 2 of Abundance Power Jam, y'all. Oh my God, we had so many people yesterday.
So many likes, so many hearts.
Right. Y'all was hearting it up big time. BOL.
So many comments.
Hashtag BOL.
So many people signing up for the Power Jam.
Right. And so many people doing your homework.
Right.
So if you did your homework, I want you to clap it up for yourself right now. Type your name in chat right now. You did your homework. I want to celebrate you. If this is your second day, I want to celebrate you. I want you to put your name and put number 2 because I want to know who's in there. And if it's your first day, I want you to put your name and put newbie because we want to say welcome to you, right?
Right.
Welcome to the newbie. Does somebody come and get you? Somebody say you absolutely need to join. So did you find out about it or yesterday were you busy? Whatever reason you made it for today being your first day, welcome, welcome, welcome.
And it's not too late to invite your friends. Don't do this alone.
Share.
Get on your Facebook, share, get them
go
over
on
here.
your text and say,
let us help you.
Right.
Help your community.
Right.
I promise. It's way easier coming from us.
Right. Listen, all the stuff you've been trying to tell them, they might hear it a little differently if it comes from someone else.
Right.
I know anytime I want Jelani to really listen, I got to whisper because he upstairs. We at my house. Anytime I want Jelani to really hear,
we send in the big dog.
I call Auntie Susie because all of a sudden it sounds different. It's like, oh, that's a great idea, Auntie Susie. And if you let your ego go, it don't matter who it comes to.
Right.
So if you want your friends, your families, your colleagues, your circle, your community, your tribe, you want them to make sure that they have opportunities to grow or you know they're looking for something, then invite them. Share right now. It ain't too late because we're talking about the fact that you are your own rescue. I am my own rescue. And then for those of you who were with us 2 years ago when we started this launch.
I can't believe it's been 2 years.
2 years.
2 years since the book came out.
2 years. 2 years. So it really was last year it came out, but we did the I Am My Own Rescue before that because we were going in deep. We went in 6 months before that. So the whole idea for this is I said I continue to be my own rescue because you know how you can get an insight, aha, and then you live in it for a while, then you kind of forget. Wait, hold on. Reset. This whole 3-day campaign, 3-day project is about, hold up, I continue to be my own rescue. So that's why we launched it. And then having abundance, not later, not out there, not one day when.
And not for somebody else.
Right.
It's not just for those people, whoever those people are.
Right. The white people or the wealthy people or the people in that zip code or the people who didn't have crazy mamas and daddies or the people who didn't have a challenge learning or whatever reason you give for saying abundance isn't for me or abundance is easier for them. We are here to go, hold up. If we do some things and we continue to do some things and we're consistent about it and we connect with the right tribe, abundance is for everybody and it's not then, it's now.
And we reprogram all the old learning and all the old patterns to go, this was all about recharging.
Now that's the business. Hold on, you just dropped that real fast. She be just, first of all, get your pen and your paper out. And thank God this is recorded so that you can look at it later. Right? Thank God we get to, because she gonna drop some nuggets because she does it fast and she talks fast because they just flowing out of her. So you said do some reprogramming.
Right. So it's really about shifting your mental mindset of where you were to what you want to be. Right? So many times we drag around the past and we drag around those stories, and those stories are you. There's nothing wrong with those stories. They built my character. They made me who I am. But
those stories are the experiences that happened to you 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when you were 7, when you were 9. Those are real experiences, but we begin to live inside of them like they're a story today.
Like, I'm living in it every single day. So when I say reprogram, because where I should be is not here, right? My life, my story, my drama. Look, let's go nose to nose with drama. But I didn't let it define me, right? We talk about standing on your story versus in your story, and reprogramming, reshifting, recreating your future.
Right.
That's what this is all about. Right. It's about recharging and declaring.
Right. And then it's recognizing that your past does not in any way equal your future. Like when I got that, you know, that my past doesn't equal my future on any level. My past is a doorway to my future, and I get to design it the way I want to design it. We talk about an abundant life, and you've taught me so much. I just want to pay homage to you. I love you. I will always be, in addition to your friend and your colleague, I will always be your student, because you showed me that if I can think about myself through another set of lenses, I can see something different, then the rest is just about the action. And I resisted it. I resisted it.
Maybe a little bit.
She being funny.
Maybe a little bit.
She being funny.
Maybe a little bit.
I wore her out. And y'all can only imagine, if I'm not just powerful when I choose to do right or be aware, be conscious. I'm powerful on my worst day.
Right.
So as I can build a house, I can tear that baby down too. So like you really invested in my belief system, because I had the talent all along. I had to cultivate it more. I had the talent, and you saw the light, but it would have shined on no one had my mindset not shifted. Come on, y'all, the learning is already started. Write some stuff down.
Put that in the chat box.
And so before you told me to do all these other things, you just kept investing in my mindset. And I'm like, look, I come from, you know, a missionary Baptist church in LA, my family from Little Rock, so I didn't understand about mindset and consciousness and awareness and intentionality and possibility. I didn't understand that. I understood go pray, give it to God, get up, go home, pray the week gonna be all right. Like and I don't want to dismiss or minimize my upbringing, because that was very powerful. Thank you. The power in that. But I realized that with my spiritual awareness and my spiritual authority and my spiritual, you know, groundedness, I needed to have some life skills. I need to have some personal development. And I realized I didn't even know personal development existed. And I'm not here to promote personal development, though it was the best thing in my life. But what you did was you taught me the power of a mindset. And the power of a mindset stuck. And you taught me the power of a mindset released. And for that, I'm ever grateful. For that, I am auntie to your daughters. I'm great auntie to your grandbabies. I will dance at your wedding. I won't sing, because then that won't show.
I don't know, you might.
Look,
you might.
I might rap. Look, I'm a sister might rap, but because it was almost like you showed me the doorway to what does real freedom look like. And I'm gonna be honest, I never thought it'd come through the package of a blonde-haired, green-eyed girl, because that wasn't my thing, right? Like, I'm cool. You know, but I wanted my future enough to get out of my way. So hard it up if you realize you want your future, your breathtaking, barely recognizable future enough to get out of your own way. Yesterday, we talked about pushing past your limiting beliefs. That was that first step of how do I press reset? I get out of my own way and adopt. Now, we can't give you everything here. This is fast and furious. It's 45 minutes. But exciting. We're going to invite you to spend the whole day with us. And then spend, to me, I'll say a lifetime, you know, because a lifetime is worth spending with some people who you know got your best interest in mind. But for now, a day on July 22nd. And so we're going to bounce back and forth. I'm excited that you learned from my girl, because I know that if someone like me can drastically change my life from the things that I've learned from you, from her, I know that you can do the same. And so there's a reason why I keep her close to me, because there's some things that she says so deliciously that I don't even need you to hear it from me. I don't even want you to hear it from me. I want you to hear it from her. And so I'm just grateful. I'm super, super excited. At the end of this conversation, it's going to be fast. It's only about another 25, 30 minutes.
But what I will say, right, so the distinction was, even though you resisted it, not all the time. Right. You were coachable. Right? You said, I see what I want. How do I get there? Right. So you would resist and let go and resist and let go.
My fears would rise up.
Right.
My fears would rise up.
We shifted the community, right? Yeah. I had you reshape who the community was, who you were playing with, who you were paying, who you were, like, we dismantled everything inside your business.
To rebuild it again like I'd never seen it before.
Right. But the courage, that took courage.
I had to wake up every day and kill my ego. Ladies, kill my she-go.
Right.
I would tell my she-go, you can't come with me today because you going to get in my damn way.
Right.
And I want something I've never seen before. So in order to have something I've never seen before, do something I've never done before, I got to be willing to say the things I don't want to say and do the things I'm scared as all get out to do, so that I can create, develop, and live the life that I've always believed I deserved. And speaking of which, I told y'all yesterday, but I was in Barcelona for 22 days, and headed back to Barcelona, you know, just to do it again. And I got to tell you, when I was buying the second ticket, it didn't make sense to come home for 8 days. I came home for 8 days and decided to go back. So as I'm buying a ticket going back, I'm just kind of, and I see you smiling, because I went through a fear storm, like, and there was no one to talk to. It was late at night. Everybody sleep in the U.S. Everybody, you know, and I'm going, and I literally asked, can I?
Right.
Can I buy a ticket to go back to Spain in the same month?
That's radical.
That's radical.
That's taking your life on radical. And I'm so proud.
And I'm not radical like that normally.
You're radical in business. You're not radical in person.
No, I'm radical in business all day long. I will test a dollar really far. I will make a bold belief about something we can do, but it's always business. For me to be a stand for me like that.
Yeah, that's a breakthrough. So I think the lesson here is, where do you need to be radical in your life?
Yes.
If this is about recharge, if this is about reset,
yes.
is where do you need to be a stand for yourself, right? So when she came, it was so cute because she truly was scared.
I was.
Like, you know, can I go? And she had some other commitments, right? One of them was my daughter's wedding.
Like my niece's wedding, and I'm like, and I'm freaking out over it, and because I want my niece to know, I love you, right. I support you. I'm a cheerleader for you and for your husband to come. I want her to know it, and so I'm freaking out. I come to Susie, and in this low voice, like, so
like sneaking.
So, and let me just be really transparent with you. I've had high blood pressure for 2 years.
Right.
And I came back from Spain, and I did my annual woman's checkup, and I was ready. Everybody tells me the blood pressure's high. Everyone says you need to be put on medication. I'm used to it now. And she took the thing, put it on my arm, took it off. She's like, "Hey, your blood pressure's normal." I said, "Oh, no. You need to do that again." Because I would like to cheat. I would like to cheat on this one. But nah, I'm not going to lie. I don't want to be out of integrity. And she did it again. She's like, "No, 120 over, whatever." She's like, "It's perfect." And I know the element was who I was in Spain.
Right.
And so I wanted to give myself that again. And so this is about you being bold enough to be willing to recharge you. I'm in Spain. I'll be in Spain 33 days as a total this cycle. Then I've already booked my ticket back to Spain in October, and I carved out the time in February of next year, because for me that's recharge therapy. That's recharge for me. And I'm also going to do some business over there just to make it make fiscal sense, because I want to be responsible. But what do you need to declare for your recharge? What area do you need in your life? You got to laser know. You write this down. You cannot ever hit a moving target. You cannot ever hit a moving target. And a moving target is someday.
Right.
One day. Try to circle someday on your calendar.
There's none.
Circle one day on your calendar.
There's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Which
Sunday.
Day?
But not someday.
Right. There's a Sunday, but not a someday. I like that. And then, you know, what's that goal? Oh, I want a better life. That's a big thing.
Or I want to make more money. Look, I'll give you $1, there's more money. I'll give you $0.25, that's more money. Right? We got to get so clear on what you want. We're lazy as a culture.
Oh, the coach coming out.
We're lazy. We just want it to occur.
Not judging you. We're just speaking to us. All of us.
I promise you, people call our office all the time, and they go, "I listened to Lisa on The Secret, and she told me
if I think about
money,
if I concentrate,
and I go to the mailbox,
it's going to show up in my mailbox.
I don't even remember where that is in the book or on the audio, and I'm like, okay, but she also said, where is the action?
Right.
Right? Like, come on, let me see the hearts, let me see the likes, let me see the thumbs up. Because it's the truth, and we get complacent.
Right.
I get complacent in my own life.
And you got to bust yourself out. There's times when I've thought long about something and really thought I was in action about it.
Right.
Because I was thinking about it, and then don't add talking to somebody about it.
Right.
I feel like I'm really focused on. I used to just look
I'm doing it because I'm talking
Serena.
about it.
I used to stare. I'm going to just tell myself. I would stare at Serena Williams' abs and her assets. I just stare at them as if my staring at her gifts, which are not gifts, she worked hard for that, are going to help me out.
Right. It's like reading Shape
magazine. I
read the Shape magazine.
Right. I want to be at the same party she was at. Like, she's not going to rub up against me and all of a sudden a six-pack's going to appear. The same thing is for self-development. I think that's what you're saying about people calling the office.
Right.
Is that you have to add the awareness with the passion and the desire with a whole lot of action. And that's what this whole series is about. So yesterday we gave you homework. We told you mindset, things to do. I expect you to do that stuff. Today, we're going to talk about these 4 key areas of your life. So get your pen, get your paper ready, and we're going to break it down. We're going to go fast. It's going to seem like we're going fast because we are. But we're going to deep dive further on July 22nd when we get together, because we'll have 8 hours.
Oh my God.
10 hours.
We just created the agenda.
Curriculum. It's insane.
And the curriculum is bananas.
Don't tell them yet. Don't tell them yet. Don't tell them yet. Okay, so let's break it down. So I want you to categorize these things, because when you're looking at creating an abundant life, or I am my own rescue, and you want to rescue a part of your life. There was a time where I needed to rescue my finances.
Yep.
There's a time I needed to rescue my health. Many of you've watched that. If you just came in my camp in the last 2 years, it looks like I'm always this way. No, I was over 210 pounds for 19 years. So I needed to rescue my health. I needed a rescue in my relationship with my son. Though he was too young to shape it, I didn't have a close enough relationship with him, because I was trying to build our future. So I'm working 18 hours a day, and I'm allowing the school system and friends to raise my son. And when he got 6 years old, I said, hold on, let me rescue this relationship. And so I needed a rescue in every area of my life.
Right. I think what we talk about in Motivating the Masses is it's a 360-degree
Absolutely.
success, right? Abundance isn't one area. It's not money. Money is the last area.
Right. Because if slice of the pie.
Right. If we're not healthy in all areres, then
money
you
don't
never
matter.
feel successful.
Right.
I can give you all the money in the world, but if you have relationships that are dysfunctional,
right.
if you're not healthy. We have a friend that is a billionaire with a B.
But he is emotionally and relationship broke.
Right, and that just breaks my heart.
It does.
To go, we think in our society that money is the answer, and money is not the answer.
Yeah.
Right? Money is a piece. Money gives me freedom. Money gives me choices. Money gives me options to do the things I want to do inside of my life.
Yes.
Right? And when you look at that, you've got to have a roadmap around that, a roadmap around your finances. Just as clear, how much money do I need to make and want to make, right? We quit dreaming and going, oh, I have this job. Well, okay, well, let's look at other revenue streams. Let's look at another possibility.
You blow my mind. You blow my mind, and I've been with you a long time. You blow my mind at how after someone has worked with you, innately they're making more money.
Right.
And I don't go into the details because I'm busy running all the stuff I'm doing in the company, but I'm just amazed as to go, what did you see as a possibility that they didn't see? And it really is going from here, because when I first came to Susie, I was here, and then she just slowly pushed my blinders back until I couldn't see the blinder anymore. All I saw was possibility. So I'm amazed. So I know we can't give you all of what she does, and we can't identify your additional revenue streams that you're missing right now because we're in this format, but we will have an opportunity to. But you always look at what's possible financially. But there are 3 other areas as well that we talked about. Abundance is a 360 experience. I told you yesterday, abundance is a 360 experience. It's an all over thing. It's something that's inside of every area of your life. So we're going to talk about those areas. I want to make sure you write them down so that you're aware of what that looks like. So the first area is personal empowerment and yourself. So it's self. There's an abundance inside.
You have a
self.
great saying that says that your net worth will.
So there's a couple of things I say. So I don't know what
your net worth will only grow as big as your self worth.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
And so like that has been in your history.
Absolutely.
Of teaching
So it's
forever.
your container.
Right.
So if this is this is who you are. If you're 8 ounces, you will never have 32 ounces of prosperity, 32 ounces, because your self,
love,
right, of love. Everything is going to
self-esteem.
Right. Everything's going to fit in the container of your self-development. So you can't have a 64-ounce relationship if you're in a relationship with a 12-ounce brother or sister or woman or man. And so
my girlfriend came up to me. I hadn't seen her in years, and she's like, "I really want to attract a man that, is, I see that ring on your finger, and I want that in my life." And I'm like, "Oh, don't get it twisted. Like, I have to be the woman
that would attract the man.
That would attract the man that would want to celebrate me in one way. Like, it's just a tchotchke, right? It's not, but it is, right? So, but it doesn't symbolize the relationship.
Right.
So I'm like, are you being that woman?
Right.
Are you being a woman of integrity?
Right.
Are you being a woman because she's a Christian, a woman of God? Are you serving him as much as you want him to serve you?
Right.
Are you being that?
Right. So your first area is your abundance and personal empowerment, personal and self-development. So in that area, I want you to write this down. It looks at how are you loving you? How are you loving you? Are you willing to give yourself 1,000 second chances? You know, a lot of times you're kinder to someone else than you are to yourself. You're willing to give someone else, oh, don't worry about it. But when you do something, are you willing to give yourself 1,000 second chances? Are you willing to not focus on what knocked you down? Are you willing to focus on how many times you're willing to get up?
Right.
Are you willing to focus on, because when this something happens, when you move to non-negotiable because you know who you are, you go, I'm not worried about, and this is where you've seen me do, I'm not worried about jumping out there. I'm going to jump out. Because the worst case scenario is I'm going to fall flat on my face really, really hard. I might crack my jaw. That's the worst case scenario. But guess what? I will always get back up.
Always.
And when you operate with that, that's that abundance and self-empowerment.
But it's also making sure you have the tribe around you and the community around you that's going to pick you up.
Absolutely.
Right? So your personal empowerment is finding those rocket booster friends.
Absolutely.
Finding those people that believe in you when you can't believe in yourself.
Yes.
I think that's what you speak to about me is I just believed in you.
Right. You were ride or die. Like you were your conviction. And so in this category, so we're going to give you 4 categories. In this category of personal empowerment abundance, there's several things. So there's having a space of conviction, right? A non-negotiable conviction. That's giving yourself people that are going to make you stand on your tippy toe.
Right.
And that when your faith wavers, you can borrow their faith in you. Ooh, write that down.
Right.
When your faith wavers, you can borrow their faith in you. When your legs are wobbly, they'll hold you up. When you feel cold, they'll cover your back. So it's a couple of things. It's you being convicted for who you are, and then you attracting people who can share your conviction for who you're being. Because a lot of times, and I said it yesterday, or I said it on the Facebook Live, a lot of times you can be around people who they only want you to succeed to a certain level.
Right.
And then when you get to a certain level, all of a sudden the boat is rocky. Well, the boat didn't get rocky when I started achieving. The boat started rocky.
Right.
If there was a limitation on who I could be in your space. So identify who's in your community, who's in your corner. And you don't have to eliminate the people who drink a little haterade every now and again. You don't have to eliminate them.
The haterade.
You just need to learn how to love them from a comfortable distance when necessary.
Right. The second domain is your spiritual abundance, right? And spirituality means your faith. Spirituality means what centers you. Spirituality means what's that thing that grounds you.
What part of your life gives you peace of mind? Like
Barcelona right now.
Right. Barcelona is emotional therapy for me.
Right.
It is where I feel closer. Like it's where I can open up.
Right.
Because I pray, but I'm not quiet enough, long enough, and still enough to hear the answer. I pray and run.
Right.
I pray and get movement. I pray and launch a new program. I'm just gonna tell myself, come on, heart it up if y'all with me. Yana me, hashtag Yana, you're not alone. I pray and I run.
How many times have you prayed and not listened, right? That God has to knock on the door, or whatever it is for you, right? You have to hear it so
or go
loudly.
like this. Come on.
Or you get the cosmic boot, right? So that was me. I had to get the cosmic boot. I was in 10 car accidents, you guys. 10.
So cosmic boot is when the universe got to sit your butt down.
Stop you, slow you down, right? Just bananas.
10 accidents.
10, right? So when I look at that and go, what?
She wasn't driving. She wasn't driving all the time. She knows how to drive.
Not all the time. But I'm done. That's been many years now.
Right.
Since I've had that one.
Right. And so your spiritual abundance is what's the degree of your spiritual connection? I'm not saying this is not a religious conversation. Whatever you call God, Mother, Father, God, Allah, Buddha, whatever that thing is for you, we are not here to judge what you consider your faith to be. I love the fact that we get to have a diverse world, diverse people. We get to all have our own faith. There's no right or wrong in my book. There's yours and there's mine, and we honor and respect each other's. But to understand that when you can have a spiritual connection in whatever way, whatever form you have, there's a place where there's peace of mind. There's a place where there's surrender. There's a place where there's release. There's a place where there's vulnerability, and there's the word that people are so blown away that I always use because they see all this strength coming to me, and I say I want to be obedient to who I've been designed to be.
Right.
because let me tell you, obedience requires more strength than being a control freak.
Right.
Being a control freak is what we do, and I say we because I've been that, you've been that. We are both working on being recovering control freaks. I'm in recovery. But that's the fear of being out of control. Being a control freak is just the manifestation of the fear of being out of control. Write that down. Yeah, that's an aha. Somebody gonna BOL that. That's a hashtag BOL. So controlling is not a powerful thing. Controlling is actually a weak behavior. Surrender and obedience, because you know who you are in the space of surrender. You know who you are in the space of obedience that you can follow. You can leave from behind.
Right.
You can ask for help. You can surrender. So a lot of my growth, and I've had made a lot of mistakes, but a lot of my growth came from surrendering to God. What's the calling on my life? And then being in action, say that word, action, being in action regardless of whether I felt confident or not.
Right.
So, spiritual.
And the second part inside of that spirituality is you can't do it alone, right? You can't have that journey alone. We keep trying to have self-development inside our head, right? We're talking to our consultant about, well, I think I should do this and I think I should do that.
Or the committee, we think that you shouldn't go and do that.
The Verizon network.
The entire Verizon network's done been in my head. Follow me around.
Right, so don't do it alone. Don't grow alone.
Right.
You have to get involved with a community that has like-minded values. Inside those values, they're birthed and they come alive and they hold you accountable to that greatness, right? So we need accountability in our life. We shy away from it because I don't want anyone to know, or I get scared, or sometimes I'm afraid to tell my goals because I'm like, oh, what if I don't do them? Whatever. If you don't do them, just reset it, like fresh reset. Right. This is about recharging. Right. This is about recommitting.
Come on, you guys, write this stuff down. Write this stuff down. This is you. Somebody needed this for today. Right. Someone needs to hear this information right now. If that's you, put your name in there.
Every day.
Right. Say, type your name and say, I needed to hear this today. Right. Now, last week, maybe not. Next week, maybe not. But today, you need to hear it. Okay. So area number 3. Okay, we're talking about holistic abundance, 360 abundance. What does it take to recharge? What does it take to recharge? So yesterday was reset, today is recharge. Right. And so inside of recharge, you want to look at these areas. You want to break them out, isolate them, and look at them. Because if you look at them individually, you're working on your life holistically. You're working on 360 abundance. So the third area is relationship abundance. So write that down, relationship abundance. And I say this 1,000 times. So if you're going to hear me 5 more times, I'm probably going to say it, but I'll never stop saying it because I want to keep remembering it myself, that the quality of your life is determined
by the quality of your relationships. You've been very consistent with that. And we're talking about relationships. We're talking about your intimate relationship with your significant other. We're talking about your work relationship, your friendship relationships, your sibling family relationships, your children relationships. We're talking about
relationship with your neighbors,
relationship in community.
Right.
And most important is the relationship with self.
Right.
You have to honor that relationship as well.
Your relationship with yourself is going to be the soil from which all other relationships grow. Right. Because happy people want to share their joy. Sad people want to share their misery. Right. You might know a little bit of both of those. So yes, self.
Just don't stay in those.
Exactly.
We all experience it, right? But just don't. I always like to say we don't buy real estate when
you're down. You can go through anything. Right. You can go through sad, you can go through hurt, you can go through frustrated, go through mad as hell. Just don't take out real estate in it. And you can go through happy. And you can want to take out real estate and still understand that as much as you try to stay there, you're going to have another moment coming along behind that may not make you happy. Just make sure you got your GPS back to happy. If you got your GPS on what makes me happy. So relationships literally are a huge component of the joy in your life. They surveyed 100 men who were all really, really successful, wealthy men, but they all had something in common. This was over a period of time. They all were terminally ill. They had less than 6 months to live. And they asked these men, what would you do differently in your life? You lived a successful life, some not so long. Some were in their 80s, some were in their 40s. They just all were terminally ill and very successful. They said, what would you do different in your life? Not one of them mentioned anything about business. Not one of them mentioned anything about possessions. They all said, I would have said, I love you more often. I would have forgiven the people in my life faster. I would have asked for forgiveness sooner and quicker. Everything was focused. 80% of their energy was focused on relationships. The other 20% was I would have taken care of my health better, and I would have got a better connection with God.
And the relationships that you killed people off, you know, those people that you have in that graveyard, right? There's a saying that you can't move forward in your life until you complete with the past, because the past will keep sitting in your future.
Wait, do that again. Try to write this down, or at least pay attention and rewind, because this right here.
Your past keeps sitting in your future until you complete with the past. So what I mean by that, you've heard me talk about my kid's dad, and it was a tumultuous relationship, and it was hard, and I realized that I was going to have to be connected to the man for the rest of my life.
Okay, pause on that. Take a deep breath, because as she says that, there are people that you are physically, biologically, emotionally, energetically connected to that you still require a healing around that or a breakthrough.
So I realized that if he's going to be in my life for the rest of my life, and we're raising these two beautiful kids together, I've got to give up something. I've got to give up my bone. I got to give up my righteousness.
Your bone. So the bone is the thing the dog holds on to real tight.
Right.
That's your bone.
Tug of war, you know, that's like a dog with a sock and you play. Right. And so in order for me to create love in my life, to have a loving relationship in my life, to have a man that would love and adore me, I couldn't hate this man. Right? I had to come to my own peace.
So I just want to break this down a little more. In order to have a man in her future that hadn't come yet, but that she wanted to open the doorway to. So she's talking about a man. You can talk about a man, a woman. You can talk about finances,
a
great
mother,
health,
a father,
father. So in order to open the doorway to the new thing that's on its way to her,
I had to forgive him, and I had to forgive myself. More importantly, and now we have, you know, if you've seen it on Facebook,
amazing, crazy.
We went to. My daughter just graduated from Wharton, and we all stayed in the same Airbnb. His wife, him, myself, my stepdaughter, all in the same house, had an amazing time, and we just sat around and went, we've come so far, because that would not have happened 20 years ago, right? That was like, here he comes, you know?
Right.
That was the night.
Right. And so when you look at relationship abundance, a lot of the relationships that are on their way to you are the ones that are in your space can be up-leveled at so many levels when we begin to do the work on the relationships in our past that we're still bringing with us.
Right, because you start seeing a trend, like pattern. This relationship keeps looking like that relationship. Well, you're trying to heal that relationship in these other relationships, right? You're trying to fix it by going, oh, I'm going to create this new relationship and it'll be better. And then
even parental experiences where your parents didn't show up for you. So you're the server for everyone. You're serving everyone to the detriment of yourself.
Or you're trying to get approval.
Right.
You're trying to get, there's so many things
right. You're living in scarcity, emotional scarcity, because you're giving to everyone else because someone didn't give to you.
Right.
One of the exercises we do, and we're going to do a lot of exercises, a lot of training,
juicy,
a lot of interactive experiential learning.
Fun,
write that down.
Action, clarity.
Interactive experiential. We're going to do a lot of that on July 22nd at the Abundance Now live event. And the reason why is because as you pull things up and out of you that's held so much emotional real estate in you, you get to look at it and see it in such a sense of clarity like you've never been able to see it before. And yet you can't pull that out of you the way someone else can.
And we get to heal it, we get to complete it, and we get to put it aside.
Right. We get to look at it 360 because you've just been looking at it from this angle, but it looks really different from that angle. From this angle, there's an open space in my hand. From that angle, she has 5 things right in front of her like you now have. And so you get to look at it 360, you get to address it, you get to bless it, you get to tell it what it's cost you, what it's caused you, what it's created for you, how it's given you the gift that came wrapped in sandpaper. And then you get to lovingly release it in a space that's the container for you. That has the capacity. Remember I talked about capacity. We got 420 ounces of capacity to hold you. And so I love it. So when you jump into things like that, it's always important to be in action and to find a way to really move forward. So
I think it was Confucius that said, you know, teach me, I'll forget. Show me, I may remember, but involve me and I'll know.
Say that again. She just be dropping books.
Teach me, I'll forget. Show me, I may remember, but involve me and I'll know. Because your breakthrough comes from being in the exercise, not hearing about it, not sitting back watching it, not taking notes about it. It's like doing the work, right? And it's good work.
Right. So the fourth area. So again, we're fire hosing you. So one is personal empowerment, 2 is spiritual empowerment, and 3 is relationship empowerment. There's a fourth area. We're gonna go real fast because we're closing up, but just know we got some homework for you. Don't go nowhere. Heart it up if you have heard something you need to hear already. Hashtag breakthrough out loud. Matt's gonna be talking to you. Other people from our team's gonna be talking to you in chat if you know you've already heard something you need to hear. So the fourth area. This is the area that I needed a breakthrough in all 4 areas, but this was the area that I didn't know how broken my mindset was, and I didn't know how amazing my life could be when my mindset, and I say broken in a endearing way, not in a way of judgment to myself, not in a way of I'm a victim, but just in a way that the belief systems I had were just so incredibly
outdated.
They were outdated. And so
there was somebody else's belief system. They were grandmas, right? They were
right. And I love my grandmother. I love my great grandmother, but the lifestyle that they had is not the lifestyle that I have.
Right.
You know, my grandmother
or even the opportunity.
Yes.
Their opportunity is nothing like our opportunities that could be.
And yet we take forward their belief systems.
Right.
We hold on to them because it's a part of our...
In every area.
In every area.
But finances is ginormous.
It is huge because it's such an emotional conversation. So real fast, we're going to give you like a 2-minute fire hose on finance, all right? So write as much as you can. If not, rewind. And definitely come join us on July 22nd where we'll deep dive. So finances. So
finance is a structure, right? So when you realize, I want you to, somebody write this in the chat box. Math is money. Money is fun. Math is money. Money is fun. Right? Finances just gives us that vehicle. And when you understand the system of finances and the tools that you need to put in place and the structure you need to put in place, breakthrough. Right? Breakthrough.
So once before you get to that piece, you have to first understand who am I working with when I work with money? Like, who am I?
How old am I?
Right. How old am I as it relates to
big.
money? And what's my money blueprint? What's my money mindset? So write that down, my money blueprint, my money mindset. So there are 5 things that's driving your money blueprint, your money mindset. There's your gender. You think about money based on your gender a particular way. There's culture. So the culture that you grew up in, not necessarily the nationality, but the culture you grew up in. There's a cultural relationship to money, and I don't have time to go into all of this in detail. And my ambassadors, y'all know this. Look, y'all, I need y'all to be at our Abundance Now Live because y'all gonna help deliver this conversation yet again. We are not going away. We're not going anywhere, my ambassadors. So there's a cultural conversation, the conversation of money and how money was related to in your culture. And then there's an economic relationship to money, meaning how was money managed in your home? That's influencing you. There's a spiritual relationship to money. You know, were you taught that money is the root of all evil? Were you taught everything past 10%, everything past what you need to live on should be given to the church? Were you taught that money is godly and prosperity is godliness? Were you taught you don't need, like, what were you taught spiritually? Even though you may not be in that religion anymore or that doctrine anymore, that foundation and that blueprint is still showing up consciously and unconsciously in the way you relate to money.
Well, and how do you hold the capacity, right? What's your capacity? Every person has a capacity, meaning my own worthiness is attached to my checkbook, right? That was a huge mind shift for me, right? Because you can think, oh, I want to make $1 million, I want to be a millionaire, 10 million, 50 million, whatever the number is, right? But if your capacity can't hold it, you'll never get there.
You'll never get there.
You will sabotage right when you get to the limit line. You'll sabotage right when you come to the precipice of that breakthrough, and then some chaos will happen.
Then you'll say, I don't know what happened.
Right.
Or you hit a ceiling. Have you ever hit a ceiling? It's like, I just hit a ceiling. I just can't get past it.
Get past that number.
Because that's your limit line.
Or get out of that debt. Like, you get out of debt, get in debt.
Get out of debt, get in debt.
Right.
Because your limit line says, debt is my comfort zone. Your mindset says, I should be in debt. So, and they prove that with the people who won the lottery.
Right.
People who win the lottery, $40 million, $240 million. Gone. And within 5 years, it's all gone and they're in greater debt. Why? Because they never spent the time to move their money mindset or shift their money mindset. So they slingshot back. They made more money, but they thought the same way. Athletes, 4 out of 5 athletes are in debt, are broke, are bankrupt within 5 years of retiring.
That's
are you kidding me? You got a $20 million a year contract, but they didn't have a $20 million mindset.
and the structure of what to
and
do
the
with
systems
it, versus just it flows through my fingers. So here's what we want you to do. Here's your homework, because this is juicy.
Yes.
So in every single area, we want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Right? 1 means I do not have that handled. 10 means I have that handled. And then we want you to put together under each area 2 actions. So under personal empowerment, I want you to do 2 actions. What would shift my world? Just 2 things. Like not everything, just 2 things, simple doable things.
So remember the 4 areas: personal empowerment, how you see yourself, how you relate to yourself, how kind are you to yourself, do you give yourself 1,000 second chances? So that's area number 1. Write this down. Area number 2, spiritual abundance. How do you release? How do you find your peace of mind? How do you find your tranquility? Joy. How do you find your joy? How do you find your ability to surrender, your ability to leave from behind, your ability to exhale? Rate that on a scale from 1 to 10. Right? 10 is like, I'm always in Zen. And 1 is like, what? That would be the example. And then relationship abundance is the 3rd area. The quality of the relationships around you. How many do you have rocket booster friends in your corner? Do you feel like you can open up to your community? Or have you been a good friend?
Right.
Have you been a good wife or a good husband or a good mother? Have you been open? So quality relationships is not rating the people around you how they are to you.
Right. It
starts here. What's the first relationship you have to you? And then it's a dynamic exchange. And then the 5th category.
And then the 4th category.
The 4th, sorry. I'm on vacation. Didn't I tell you I was on vacation?
Which is financial, right? Your finances. Like, do you have the mindset financially? Do you have the system around money? Do you have a life that you love that allows you to book Barcelona 4 times a year, which I'm so proud of her. This is a huge breakthrough. It's so amazing, right? And let me tell you, nobody ever gets a 10 in all areas.
Because I'm still searching for a 10 in my life.
Right. So when we're looking at one area and we're focused on that, another area will drop. So
Boom.
So don't go feel like a loser if you don't have all 10s. Just have some grace with yourself.
You can be a 2. You can be a 5.
The great thing is when I know I'm a 2 or a 5, I can go up.
Like awareness is the first pathway to transformation, is awareness. So if you're a 1, 1, 1, 1, great. Let's hang out a lot together. If you a 3,
what we're gonna do, right? In
She's
the
so
live
excited.
training, I am so exciting.
We just created.
I am so exciting. I am so exciting.
We just created the curriculum, and we know what's going to happen when we do it. First of all, it's the highest interactive experiential learning training that we've done in the last 5 to 7 years.
Right.
It's the highest. So when you come, I'm going to assume you're going to move a mountain and get there.
Right.
When you come, you want to make sure that you're comfortable in your clothing. Be cute, be quaint, but you want to be comfortable. You want to make sure that you have hydrated. You want to make sure you got enough sleep. You want to make sure you got your B12. You took your multivitamins. You want to make sure don't have like a whole bunch of food, biscuits and grits, and you can have some.
We are
bacon
coming to Chicago.
Right. Chi-Town got some food, but you don't want to come in heavy and lethargic. This is that day you do your protein shake.
Right.
You do your steel cut oatmeal.
Right.
You do some whole grain something, because we're like the largest number of transformational exercises in one training in the last 5 to 7 years.
And don't let that scare you, right? So
come scared.
One of the exercises we're going to do is we're going to go into this, but we're going to deep dive it, and you're going to come out with a life plan.
Yeah, so this part we're going to deep dive
in a life plan.
Yeah.
So, which was a game changer for both of us
in
our life.
And that reminds me, you want to clear your recorders.
Yes.
You want to clear, because this is not, you want to clear your recorder so you can take pieces away home for you. You want to do that. Right. So July 22nd, we're going to be in Chi-Town at CUT. Our friends over at CUT will be hosting us again. They hosted us last year for Abundance Now Live.
It's a beautiful facility.
A beautiful facility with some of the most beautiful people on the planet inside of it.
Right.
That's
us.
Right. and our family over at CUT who's
right.
hosted us so well. I go back, I guess, probably 16 years with them. So it's going to be a one day. It's on a Saturday. So if you are doing general admission, you come in on Friday. If you're coming in from the area, some people last year, people came in from across the country for a one day.
Right.
They came in from Canada. They came in from Africa, from Australia for a one day. So
that was radical.
Yeah, it was radical, and they had their breakthroughs and said it was worth the journey, right? And so come in. Our general admission, the value, as I told you yesterday, the value is over $597 for the one day. We know it's well over that, but the investment is literally under $200 for you to go.
Right. Bananas. And if you love, we have limited seating. I don't know how many tickets we sold yesterday.
Right.
For the VIP.
But even before yesterday, we had sold some.
Yes.
So we normally have 200 spots in VIP. Everyone knows that. We have them every year when we're doing Speaking Right to Make Millions. But for this event, it's very exclusive. We have 50. We started with 50 VIP tickets. As of beginning of yesterday, we had less than 40. And today we have even less than that.
Right, so that's $397. So we'll have a VIP night in Lisa's suite. And if you've never been to a suite meeting.
Or a suite, this is a suite social gathering.
Yes.
Because in this suite social gathering, there'll be some munchies and a little something to sip on and just
something.
I'm playing my playlist. My music, my Barcelona, the music I'm listening to while I'm in Barcelona. So you'll have the sweet time.
We get the Spain experience.
Yes, you get the
some
Spain experience.
Yes, I'm just making it up now. Yes. Some sangria.
Sure.
And then you get to come in early for some laser coaching.
VIP.
So from 8 o'clock to 10 a.m., we're going to do some serious laser coaching.
And I highly recommend, if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, and you're running, growing, or launching a business. If you're running, growing, or launching a business, I highly recommend, because it's on very few occasions where you get coached by me on your business and you get coached by my coach on your business. So even if you've been coached by us before, come back in. You know, my returning students know you. Every time you come back, you're ready to take on a new piece of coaching, a new piece of your business.
And your business will only expand as your mind expands, right? So you got to get in that tribe that they're playing bigger. I love our communities, because our communities are playing bigger than we play.
And we're always growing. I'm taking 6 books on my next visit to Spain. I won't get them all done, but I cannot wait to go as far as I can. And then you want to make sure, so the laser coaching is in the morning before the event. So the general admission, they'll start around 10, but VIP will start about 8:15. So you want to get there around 7:45, 8 o'clock. 8:15, we're inside our VIP laser coaching. And so you'll have that, and then you'll also, in this huge space, you'll get up front and up close seating. So it's $197 for general admission, easy, hands down. That's a massage and a half. Come on. And then you'll get $397 if you want to come VIP. And when you register, pay attention to this extra little box for you business owners, because you may want to take advantage of something else that I won't even mention here. You have to, because if you don't want to register, you don't need to hear about it anyway right now. But if you think you want to do it, you think you want to do VIP, you may want to do this other thing for business. I would do it. I put that on there because that's what I would do. And I figure if you want to know, have the success that successful people have, you might want to know what they would do, and you want to do what they would do. So super, super excited. I want you to do your homework. When you do your homework, I want you to do hashtag IAMOR, I am more, hashtag BOL. So the first part,
hashtag abundance now.
Hashtag abundance now. The first part of your homework is to assess yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 in these 4 areas: personal empowerment, personal abundance, spiritual abundance, relationship abundance, and financial abundance. The second part of your homework is that I want you to find 3 people in the tribe, and I want you to encourage their assessment. So when you assess yourself, you can choose to post it. Your choice. You don't have to post it. I want you to be aware of it. Tomorrow, we want you to tell us what you rated yourself, right? Here in this community when we're together. But you can post it right after you do it. And if you post it, I'd like for those of you who are in there who've chosen to be bold, that's our advanced students, I want you to comment and love people's 1s, love their 3s, love their 5s. You know, don't be quick to give yourself a 10, because if you give yourself a 10, there's nowhere to grow. But love their 9s, love their 8s.
And remember, 2 action steps. You want to have a breakthrough in your abundance, 2 action steps. So even before you get to us in July,
to get you closer to a 10, 2 action steps.
I want you to get 2 action steps, so that when we come together in July, you'll have a whole breakthrough even before you walk in the door, to go, wow, that happened in, I don't even know what month this is. We're in June, right? So that happened in less than 4 weeks. What could happen if I put this whole strategy together? So I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you for showing up. I'm proud of you for always being here and being with us. We see you. I'm proud of the courage that it takes to look at yourself.
Yes.
I'm proud of you for the journey that you've taken and the vulnerability that you share so that we can have some amazing students in our lives, right, that are willing to work on their business and also being willing to work on their personal development.
So I just want to say that I pray that I can be to you what you were to me. Like, I just pray. I pray that I could give a sense of awareness, wake up a soul, make you want it more, break it down so it's simple. I pray that I could be to you.
I think you might be that for a few folks.
What you were to me. What you were to me. You showed me what it looks like. And I didn't see it coming in a package like you. I didn't see it. And that's what makes it that much more beautiful, is that we can sit with completely different backgrounds, completely different lenses that we look through life through, as a white woman, as a black woman, completely different origins, geographical origins, and arrive at the same place called abundance together.
Right.
And to understand. So thank you for allowing us and our lessons to be of value to you. Thank you for showing up and playing on day 2. Tomorrow we're going to play bigger. We're going to play better. You're going to have me and Susie and Matt tomorrow.
Woo-hoo.
Triple
threat.
Right, triple threat. And so invite your community. It's not too late. It's not too late if you invite them. You can look at the recording, invite your friends to come back, look over, share this with someone who you know in one of those areas they could use a breakthrough, or they're worthy of a breakthrough.
Right.
It's not just life is so bad and we're suffering, we need a breakthrough. No, I got every breakthrough I had because I knew I was worthy of it, that I deserved a breakthrough. You deserve multiple breakthroughs. You deserve a breathtaking life. You deserve a life that's barely recognizable. You deserve to take as many vacations as you want. You deserve to dance until your knees hurt, laugh until your belly aches, and love until you just can't love no more. You're just so tired, you gotta take a nap from loving so much.
Right.
You deserve all that. And any and everything that will help get you there, take it, ingest it, inhale it, eat it, drink it, smother yourself in it, rub it on a daily basis. And if we can be a part of that, then bring it on. You eat your Wheaties, we're gonna eat our Wheaties.
Right.
You come empty, we'll come full, and we'll give you everything we have. And so tomorrow, same bat channel, same bat time. You'll be Superman or Wonder Woman, and we'll be Wonder Women, and Matt will be our Superman, and we'll come together and make some magic happen. We love you, we appreciate you, we honor you. Now we're about to go and chillax together.
Right.
I never had my girl in my house, so we're gonna go and just laugh and giggle like girls do. That's what if you wonder what we do when we turn the cameras off, you wonder what we do when Facebook Live goes up, we laugh and we talk about our kids, the grandchildren. We talk about what's coming up. We talk about how our bodies are shaping and reshaping. And we talk about boys. That's what we gonna do.
So we're gonna go talk about boys now. Bye.
Our favorite conversation.